Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and yet another car purchase, a Land Rover Discovery 4 on a 2014 plate, which is yet another BCA car purchase. So as always, let me talk you through the car, let me show you what I've bought, and let's see whether or not I bought a horror story. So I guess first of all, for anybody who does follow my channel, you will realise that I recently bought this Volvo over here, which is a V90, and I bought this in the autumn of last year, with the view really to use it for lots of big mileage. Now prior to this, there's also another video on this car and on a Range Rover Sport. So the idea was that I would buy a car that I could use every single day for pounding up and down the motorway to effectively just use for work and not have to worry too much about, which then would protect my main car, which is the Range Rover Sport in the garage, which I'll just use for weekends and for nice things. So anyway, this V90, I haven't really managed to get on with it. I've done nearly 14,000 miles in about 4 or 5 months. It's a huge amount of mileage, but I'm just not really enjoying it. There's nothing wrong with it, I just don't particularly like it. So anyway, as I often do, look at the weather today, isn't it absolutely beautiful today? So hopefully spring is on the way. But anyway, the BCA auctions, as always, enticing. I found this, which is again probably one of the most unreliable cars. You know, I like to buy unreliable cars. A Discovery 4 2014 plate, but this is effectively a one owner car. So this was a Jaguar Land Rover management car for the first year of its life. It was then purchased on an approved used scheme in 2015 by someone that actually, ironically, is quite local to me. And they've had it for the last 10 years. So it also has a full, not quite full dealership, but a full history. I think it's got about 7 or 8 services with the main dealer, and then more recently it's been to a 4x4 specialist. It's had all the cam belts done, water pumps done, new intercooler, and various other things as well. So the history on it is really, really good. And actually, just walking around it, this was a grade 2 car from BCA. And what does that mean? Well, grade 1 is the highest, which means pretty much like new, no imperfections. Grade 2 is the next, and then grade 3 is your kind of average, and grade 4 and 5 are of course not such good condition. So this actually presents really well. It's got a bit of morning mist on it at the moment, but it's Santorini black, which almost looks, I think, blue in some lights, metallic. All the wheels are perfect. So we've got Goodyear Wrangler tyres all round, which is really nice. Always tell somebody's ownership if somebody puts decent quality tyres on a car, all of which have about 6 to 8 mil of tread. No knocks, no dents, nothing. So actually it does look really nice. So let's see, I've not actually driven it yet. I've bought it last week, it's just been valeted. So I've had all the interior properly cleaned. So that's what I'll show you next. Right, so this is high spec HSE, so it means I've got the keyless entry and exit, which is really nice. See, it works again. There we go. And in here, I have, this has all been valeted, so it was actually pretty, it wasn't bashed about, it was just dirty and grubby, and it's all been really properly cleaned. They're all wet cleaned. I've got cream leather, as to be expected. A little bit of wear, or quite a lot of wear actually, on these seats, but nothing that a Scuff Master kit won't sort, and I might actually do a separate video on that because it's actually really quite easy to restore seats. Steering wheel, again, shiny, to be expected, but this car has done 148,000 miles, so it has done a lot. But to be honest, if you go on the online Auto Trader, eBay, most of these you'll see have got this sort of mileage, so it's not really necessarily a problem if they're well looked after, which I'm hoping this one has been. So in the back of this, absolutely lovely. This lovely cream leather, even got heated rear seats as well. I've got triple sunroofs, only the front one opens, but still quite nice to have the others. And in the back, I've got 2 extra seats as well. So I think this is going to be quite nice. And like I said, it is the highest, or I don't think it's the highest spec. An HSE Luxury is the highest. This is an HSE, so it's one down. But I think the only difference with the HSE Luxury is they have the rear entertainment system in the headrest, which, to be honest, at this age of car will be out of date anyway. So we have got Meridian sound, and yeah, really nice spec. So there we go, that's what I've bought. Question, as always, is I buy these cars, clean them up, drive them for a bit, then wonder what I'm going to do with them, and I haven't quite decided what to do with this one. So yeah, I need to get that one some thought. So what do I think the plan is with this car? Now, I guess I have just insured it, I have taxed it, I am going to use it, I think, for a little bit and just see how it is. I will use it next week. I have about 600 or 700 miles to drive next week, and I'll see how it feels after that. It probably is a little old as a daily driver, and probably a little bit too high a mileage, but hey, let's see, it might be okay. But I think, I mean, this was a bargain. I mean, I paid £6,500 for this car, and this is a car that would have probably been £55,000 to £60,000 when it was brand new. So even today, I still think this looks pretty good. And the Discovery that followed this is the Discovery 4, and effectively the Discovery 4 was very similar to the 3 and the 2 in fact. But this kind of, I think for me, is probably one of the nicest looking Discoveries there is. The current one with the slightly offset number plate at the back, I don't think it's actually had quite the following of this. And again, reading the forums, you'll see there's actually a huge number of people that do prefer this car. So let's see how we get on with it. I'm going to drive it for a bit. It is going to be really helpful having 7 seats, just with family and kids and everything else to move around, and their friends and all the other paraphernalia that children have. So I may just keep it, to be honest, given it is only a fairly cheap car, just for running around in. But as you will know from other videos, I do have quite a lot of cars, so it is getting a little bit of a problem to tax, insure, and look after them and run them around and keep them all legal with MOTs and so on. So I think we're going to take it for a drive. We'll see what we think of it, and I'll report back on what I'm going to do.